Hey guys, so I've got a fragrance here that I'm very excited to review, and it is from the house of Costume National, and this is Costume National's Homme, the original, in the Eau de Parfum concentration. And this is basically a first impression. I mean, it's not really a first impression because I did try it already, but I haven't really tested it or worn it for long enough to say really I completely know this fragrance. But I'm just going to tell you what it smells like on the first couple wearings. So I don't think I need to spray this right now because it's so strong that I can just tell from here. So basically, this one was a 2009 release. And I really think this is a hidden gem. It took me a while to come across this, and I saw a couple people had reviewed it and talked highly of it, so I was curious. It seemed more like a fall winter fragrance with very strong spicy elements, but I picked this up. I mean, it's March, and I think that this is actually more versatile than you might think. So yeah, it's a 2009 release. And created by Dominique Ropion. So already, expectations are going up there. But right away, I'm going to tell you that this is, it's not a blind buy, but this is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. And what I mean by that is it's 10 out of 10 in terms of uniqueness and quality of smell and the value for the money. I saw a couple different people have said that Costume National leans a little bit more niche in quality. And it's kind of like Tom Ford where the price is a bit higher, but really trying to take that out of my mind. I mean, I really try to go in with a fresh perspective, and what I love is that it doesn't smell the same as everything else. And that's what I hate about, many of the kind of more, designer releases that are targeted toward the younger crowd. Is just that it's not, they're all, they're so similar, and there's nothing kind of artistic about it. This one is artistic. That said, there is a resemblance to other fragrances, which I'll start with actually. Right away, when I sprayed it, reminded me of Spice Bomb, right? And so, really the short take is, if you like Spice Bomb, right? If you think that's a good fragrance, you're into that sort of stuff, then you're gonna like this one. And it's a bit different in that I think this one has, it's almost like it has a fruitiness at the top, and it's really citrus, bergamot, grapefruit, but it has more kind of fruitiness than what you'd find in Spice Bomb, and I think that's what makes this more versatile. I think this can work, except in the hot summer, it can work year round as a signature scent. And yeah, so it's got an uplifting quality from this very juicy grapefruit. And this is where, I pick up that this is a higher quality than some other fragrances. Think of other fragrances with the grapefruit note, like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. That smells it's very good. It used to be one of my favorite fragrances, but it smells very synthetic, right? This smells a bit different, right? It smells like a more natural grapefruit. I'm not saying it is more natural, but that's how it comes across, right? However way they did it. So, I think the citrus is where you can often distinguish the different quality of fragrances. And this one's got a nice citrus opening. And then right away, you're hit with cinnamon and cloves are the dominant notes here, and you'll get that right away. That's where the similarity to Spice Bomb comes from. This is a cinnamon, fragrance. So if you don't like the note of cinnamon, you won't like this. That's what this is, and same with cloves too, right? But I think that they kind of blend well with each other. So if you don't like either one of them, then you're not gonna like this sort of fragrance. But if you want something kind of potent, right, and spicy and masculine, I think this is really good. What's interesting also about this that I noticed very quickly was that, on the dry down, there's a bit of a similarity to Bentley Men Intense, and it's very weird, but they don't really share so many notes in common. This one's got sandalwood in the base. Bentley has the note of leather, right, and it's also more boozy. But I think that booziness really is more at the top in Bentley, right? You get that kind of very sweet alcohol kind of boozy note, whereas this leans more fruity. But then as it dries down, it's similarly sort of dry and masculine. And this one, there is no note of leather, and I'm not saying it smells like leather, but if you like Bentley Men Intense, right? If that's sort of your type of fragrance, or you don't dislike it at least, then you will like this because this is better. It's just a better version. It's not the same scent at all, but better in quality, more versatile. You know, it adds that fruitiness. That makes it more likable. And this is just, you know, there's very little you could say is wrong with this fragrance, and that's what makes it, you know, 10 out of 10, right? When something really hits all the points, right? It's reasonably priced for what it is, for what you're getting. It's good value. And there's nothing in the smell that is going to throw most people off, right? If you know the notes, right? So, you know, you can't do anything about differences in taste, right? If you don't like spicy fragrances, you're not going to like it. But, you know, there's nothing here that's clearly offensive, right? It's just well done. The composition, you know, you could tell that there was thought that went into this. You know, what do you want to create? You want to create something like spicy, woody, you know, with you know, brighten it up with some citrus. So there, you could tell that there was a lot of art and thinking that went into this. And you know, I'm not saying that just because you know, of the brand or just because of Dominique Ropion. You know, there's a reason why he's got so many good releases, right? There's talent behind it. And so this one, totally worth picking up. And I see that it's